Happy Thursday, everybody. It is Chamber check-in time. And today I have a special guest, the Big Sky Commissioner, Tom Wistrcill, with us today. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Paul. How are you today?
I'm terrific. I'm so honored to be able to have you as a guest on this Chamber check-in series. Tom, you may not know this, but we started this series a couple years ago when the pandemic started to check in with our members, see how their teams are doing. And it's really morphed into hey, what's the history and origin story of our businesses? What are the products and services that are offered? And most importantly, the people. And so today I get to check in with you, Tom, and introduce you to the listeners today. We start out by really looking at a deep dive into the people that we're having conversations with. And Big Sky Conference has been and you get to tell the story, and I can't wait for you to tell it. But there's an event that comes to Boise each year for the past 5 years that really makes a huge impact on our community. And I'm excited to share that with you today. So Tom, let's get started. Tell us about you. What's your history of work? What's your background? What led you into education and athletics?
Well, first of all, Paul, thanks for having me. We're proud members of the Boise Chamber and love being part of the community there, and happy to talk about the Big Sky and the excitement that we're bringing to Boise here soon. My background is interesting. I'm the son of two coaches. My dad coached football at the high school and collegiate level for 30 some years. My mom coached golf, tennis, track, just about it, volleyball, a bunch of other sports as well. So I grew up in athletics, and kind of from my earliest memories have always been around sports. Knew I wanted to work in sports, kind of knew I didn't want to coach. I think that's what happens when you grow up in a house with two coaches. You decide to do something different. Thought I was going to be a broadcaster. That didn't work. And so I moved into administration and fell in love with college athletics now almost 30 years ago, and have worked around all over the country. As my wife would say, we've moved 8 times in almost 30 years of marriage. And that's pretty standard for those of us that work in college athletics. So, started out, it was in Minnesota, went to Colorado, Missouri. I worked at the University of Wisconsin, University of Minnesota. I was an athletic director at the University of Akron in Akron, Ohio for 6 years. Worked for a really large sports marketing company out of Dallas, Texas, that works with college athletic departments all over the country called Learfield Sports, and then came to the Big Sky about 4.5 years ago. And it's been a wonderful experience, great conference, great people. I know we'll get into some of that, but I'm a lifelong college athletics guy. I was a Division III student athlete. I was an NCAA Division II commissioner, a Division I AD, and now a Division I commissioner. So I've seen all sides of college athletics.
Wow, what a history of work in college athletics, Tom. That is super impressive.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, it's that when you work in sports, I tell people that it's not a job, it's not a career, it's a lifestyle choice that you're kind of choosing. And college athletics is not for people that want 9-to-5 jobs. Those don't really exist in this. So you're kind of always doing something or always on. We have games in some sport almost every night during the school year. So there's always something going on, and something either we have to try to solve or something that's coming down that we need to fix. And so that's just the way college athletics is. But I always feel energy from the student athletes and trying to provide the best experience for them. That's really invigorating for someone like myself.
Tom, what was your sport of choice?
So I played basketball in college at a Division III school in Minnesota. Like I said, my dad was a football coach and my mom coached a bunch of sports. So I played everything during my life, but basketball was the one I enjoyed the most, and then played that in college. Now I love to play golf. No more basketball anymore. Now it's the golf course.
I think golf's a lot harder than basketball, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a different type of hard, but yes, you're absolutely right.
So Tom, let's dive right in. Tell us a little bit about the Big Sky Conference. Help educate me and the listeners more about some of the schools that are under the Big Sky banner.
Yeah, so the Big Sky is a NCAA Division I athletic conference. we play FCS football championship subdivision. So our schools play for a national title as part of the NCAA. Different than a Boise State in the Mountain West or a Oregon State, Washington in the Pac-12 that play to be part of the CFP and the bowl system. We play for the championships in football and all our other sports. So we have 10 full-time members in the Big Sky Conference, and you'll see those right there on the map there in gray. So we have the 10 full-time members, and we have 2 affiliates in football. Cal Poly and Cal Davis, UC Davis, have just play football in our league. But as you can see from the map, we have, Montana State, Idaho State, Eastern Washington, Portland State, Sac State, Northern Arizona, Weber State, and Northern Colorado. So, we feel really privileged to represent great universities. And what I tell people is whenever there's a state name in the university, then that's a big deal. And athletics and the campus and the history and tradition are really important to those people. And that's why we love coming to Boise. We have a great number of alums there. I've been told unscientifically that there's more Idaho Vandals alums in the Boise area than any other university, including Boise State. So that's great. I see there's a lot of Bengals from Idaho State up there too. And so we feel really privileged to represent these great universities. The conference has been around for 60 years. This is our 60th anniversary. And so it's a great time to be part of our league and to see the growth that we've undertaken here over the last 4 or 5 years.
What's a guess of how many student athletes are there in the Big Sky Conference? Like from track to swimming? I don't know.
Yeah, we're talking a few thousand, probably 4,000. That's going to be my guess. So, you end up with, football teams, right, of 100 to 120, guys. But, then, there's just a lot of sports in some of our schools. Like you mentioned, there's, whether it's the track teams that are large, softball teams, soccer teams. So yeah, we have 16 championship sports, but we have many schools that have more than 16 sports. And so you're representing just a tremendous amount of student athletes in the 8 states out west here that we're a part of.
I'm going to go off script a little bit, Tom, throw you a little curveball.
Wait, we have a script, Paul? What are you talking about?
What's the feather in the cap for the Big Sky Conference as far as athletics? Help me understand maybe a national championship that came from the Big Sky Conference.
Sure.
Share that.
Yeah. So, I guess, first of all, we're tremendously proud of our football programs within FCS. Every year, there's 24 teams that go into the playoffs. We usually get 5 teams in. So what you end up with is, 1/5 of the whole national tournament is Big Sky schools. We had 6 teams ranked in the top 25 at the end of the year last year, which is half our league. So we're a football powerhouse. I kind of kid people, we're the SEC of FCS football. Okay. And so we're tremendously proud of that. From a national standpoint, we got a really unique situation at one of our schools at Northern Arizona. They've won 5 of the last 6 national titles in men's cross country. Oh. And that's for all size schools. So, they're competing against every Division I school in the country. And they're just a national powerhouse in men's cross country, which is really cool to see. Now, we've also had great success in volleyball and in women's soccer, track and field across the board. It does really well. Our basketball teams, while we haven't won games most recently in men's women's basketball in the NCAA tournament, we always seem to play these games really close. And so one of these years we're going to break through. But we're really proud of our broad-based athletic programs, and that's kind of the key to our schools. Like I said, when you're dealing with state universities, it's about those 16 to 18 to 20 sports. How do you provide that just great opportunity for those student athletes to have a wonderful experience playing Division I athletics?
I love it. Okay, let's talk about basketball. It's almost March Madness, Tom, and there's a tournament coming here to Boise. Give us a little bit of the history of that and what to expect in the coming weeks here.
Yeah, well, we're so excited to be back in Boise for year 5. Years ago, we went to school sites for the tournament, and it just created such a travel problem for people. Not if you're in Sacramento, you don't know if you're going to Flagstaff or Missoula on Monday, and you got to leave on Wednesday. You just can't getting a whole team across those sections. So I'm really glad that they embraced going to a neutral site. We went to Reno for a couple years, and it was okay, but coming to Boise, it immediately felt like we were joining an old friend. And so it's been a perfect match for us to bring our men's and women's basketball tournaments there to ICCU Arena. We start a week from Saturday, and it's going to be so exciting to have our men's and women's teams there. Every team makes it, and we'll be playing Saturday through Wednesday. Wednesday are the 2 championship games, men's and women's, and we've just been able to carve out a really cool niche there. And like I said, it's such a good match with the leadership of Boise, the leadership of Idaho, both state government, local government, and regionally there. Just people have really embraced us, and that's made us feel so welcome. And our teams comment on that when they go, God, it's just people are so nice here, whether they're seeing people out walking around to the bars or restaurants, whether our coaches are out, our fans are, circulating amongst the downtown area there. So it's just been a wonderful fit that way.
There's been March 16th is my son's birthday, my oldest son's birthday. And we always participate and go watch the tournament and stay downtown, do a staycation downtown. Now, this is something I learned this year, is that there are specific locations for each team to kind of gather, and for fans and alumni of those schools to gather. And so there's a big list of different restaurants and bars that help kick off the tournament and help to engage with the fans on an elevated level. And I really love that piece, because bringing a tournament of this size to Boise and playing at our local arena is a huge impact financially for the community.
Yeah, exactly. And we're so excited to do that. Like I said, it's a two-way street, right? I mean, we bring the people, they're excited to be there to watch basketball, to see whether they're fans or parents of the players or whatever. But it also takes a great community that offers so many wonderful things there, like I said, you put it there, and it's on our website at bigskyconf.com. It'll list which bars and restaurants for each team. So if you're a fan of Montana State and you come rolling into town, you might be looking for other Bobcats to go have a adult beverage with. You're gonna, this is the bar I'm going to go to, and they put up signage for the school they're affiliated with, and the fans come and be a part of it, and it just helps create that connection. So they know pregame, postgame, where the people are going to be, good food, good drinks, and it just enhances the experience. Because like you said, Paul, you take your son, you can stay downtown, you can walk to the games, you can do what you want, when you want to do it, come and go at the games, those types of things. And it's really a true tournament, which makes it really wonderful.
I love it. That's the Visit Boise is an organization that helps attract conferences and conventions to the region, and their partnership with you and the Big Sky Conference is truly just one of the most important things that we can be doing to attract sporting events and attract conferences and conventions, and which in turn bring folks out to the restaurants and shopping downtown and getting that vibrant feel. I love what you said, Tom, about Boise was like an old friend. I love that. I think the Boise community does the common thing uncommonly well.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. And that's why we've embraced, we have a long-term contract that we did with the arena and with the downtown organization. And just having those people, like I said, embrace the whole thing, right? I mean, you can be a fan of Team X, but Team Y is playing. Hey, we're still going to go watch and be a part of it, because that tournament atmosphere, you just can't manufacture it. It has to happen. It has to kind of come up through the people, and so every bit of it has just been really good, because everybody wants it to succeed. People want everyone to have a good experience, and monetarily, it's obviously a good thing for Boise, and that's great. But that's not what keeps us there. What keeps us there is is that family atmosphere. And like I said, everybody from the governor, the governor's every year he's come to a game or two, and he's become a friend and has been so supportive of what we're doing. And the mayor has been there, the city council members. You mentioned Visit Boise and the chamber and the other organizations there that just recognize this as a week when we can really show off what we do to this community of, for us, in 8 different states. So people come, they enjoy Boise, and then they go back and tell all their friends, hey, you got to come to the tournament next year. You won't believe it. We stayed at this hotel a block away. There's this great bar. There's this great restaurant. We watched the games. We walked over there. We stopped for a drink after the game. And that just kind of perpetuates the growth and the positive feelings about the tournament.
I'm going to put on the screen here. This is the championship sites. So what's kind of cool is the Big Sky, and is it the WAC here that's playing in Vegas?
Well, pretty much everybody out west plays in Vegas but us. So you have the Pac-12, the Big West, the Mountain West, the West Coast Conference, the WAC. Pretty much everybody's in Vegas except for us. And while Vegas has asked us many times to come down there, I politely tell them thank you, but we're very happy in Boise and everything we have going there. 7 of our 10 schools can drive to Boise. Now, it's not an easy drive for everybody,
right,
but they can make the drive. And that's really meaningful, especially to our parents and fans who want to come support their team. And that's why it's a great home for us. But yeah, you can see, I think you said it earlier, Paul, everybody west of Dallas is either in Vegas or Boise. And
right.
We're not going to join the fray in Vegas. We're happy in Boise.
I love it. Okay. So March 4th is the start of the tournament. And then the championship games for both men and women is on the 11th, correct?
No, it's not let's see, we are, I don't have a calendar in front of me. It's Wednesday. Do I have it right here?
I got
there
one.
We go. It is March 8th. March 8th. So the 4th through the 8th, Paul, here we go. There we go. Yeah. So you have you're going to have 4 games each day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, working its way up to Tuesdays of semifinals, 2 women's semifinals, 2 men's semifinals. And then Wednesday, you have the women's championship and the men's championship, both on Wednesday. We got late night hoops on Wednesday night, that men's championship. Look at that start, 9:30 p.m., Paul. You're going to need an extra cup of coffee to make it to that one. We're fortunate. We last year, the previous years there, we've gone Monday to Saturday. We pushed it back to Saturday through Wednesday so we could get a little better national TV exposure on Tuesday, Wednesday. And also we compressed the tournament down one day shorter and catch that front weekend. We think our fans, the majority of teams are playing Saturday, Sunday. Almost every team plays. So we think it's easier to get fans there for that weekend than to come on Monday, Tuesday, and then have their team leave and then they head home. So we've made this change, and we're looking forward to seeing how it works.
I love it, Tom. Hey, while I have you for a couple more minutes, we talked about your history, the Big Sky Conference, its members, and the schools. Talking about the regional tournament. Now, when the women and men win the championships from this tournament, they go into the March Madness tournament.
Correct, into the NCAA tournament. Our winners get an automatic qualifier into the tournament. So whoever cuts down those nets on Wednesday, women and men, is going on to the big dance.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Hey, is there anything else while I have you that we might have missed that you want to educate the public on?
I think that, what we try to do is, bringing a tournament like this there for those 5 days we're there, encourage people to come down and check out a game. I promise if you come check out a game, you're going to want to come back for more. Tickets are inexpensive. They're available. You can go to our website, scroll across the bottom there, bigskyconf.com. And it's really family-friendly entertainment. We got a lot of games and stuff going on and stuff getting thrown in the crowd and people getting pulled down on the court to do stuff. It's all about just creating a fun environment. And by the way, watching awesome basketball. So just encourage people to come down, bring their family and friends, and I look forward to seeing you down there.
Awesome, Tom. Hey, thanks for investing in our community. Thanks for bringing the Big Sky tournament to our city. And I look forward to seeing you there.
Well, it'll be great to see you there, Paul. Love that pin you're wearing on your sport coat there. Keep supporting the colors, and thanks for your support of the Big Sky.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend. See you soon, Tom.